How you doing, nerdy?
I'm doing better than Chris Tyson. I can say that for sure.
You know what? I I haven't commented about that subject, and for the record, I am not. So, uh, you know, I don't like talking about I find it either way. It's just icky, and it's icky if the person did nothing wrong and they're just getting or if they did do something wrong, it's icky. So it's just a no-win scenario for me. So, and more important, it's like now I see where there's like a lot of different people coming out and saying my experiences with and I don't want to get Chris Tyson, is that acceptable, or is it Ava? What?
Well, the
Because
full
I don't
name
want
is
to be
Ava
wrong.
Chris Tyson.
Okay.
The new spelling for Chris is Kris instead of
Okay.
CH. So
Okay.
both names still
So
work
if
technically.
all right, so I'll just say Ava. I think that's probably the safest route for me. So so I see there's been several different people that's come forward and saying my experience with Ava, right?
Mhm.
Why did we wait till now if you had these experiences back then? That's my question. Why didn't you come forward when you had these experiences and you know that's but that's not why I so did you see the big announcement about Drama Alert today?
Def Noodles is going to be hosting the shorts content.
I'm gonna get canceled for saying this again. Me, or does it seem like Keemstar is opening up the daycare for the internet's like retards?
Hey, I mean, I think it's safe to say Dennis has like a couple shreds more talent than Boogie or Wings did.
Yeah, but I mean, okay. So look,
Mhm.
full transparency. I've had a couple conversations with Deaf Noodles Dennis.
Mhm.
He seems like a decent enough guy. I think he just kind of let the internet, the pursuit of clout, fame, whatever you want to call it, kind of get to him.
Mhm.
I was guilty of that myself, so I
Well,
understand
in
that,
his
right? I mean,
instance, he
yeah,
he got popular in a very short amount of time, and
yeah,
it wasn't for something that he liked doing, or it wasn't something that
yeah,
because like he had always made people are still in a debate whether or not he actually meant this or not, but he had always
mhm,
maintained the fact that his like new stuff was always meant to be more of a joking sort of
yeah,
thing
satirical,
rather
satirical,
than
yeah, yeah, yeah,
actual
yeah,
news sourcing. But his subscriber base didn't
yeah.
see it as jokes. They saw it as actual like
Sure.
news stuff.
Yeah, yeah, because they couldn't shocker, right? They couldn't differentiate between clown nose on or clown nose off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, right? Yeah,
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 supposedly
I know
when he has the cat
cat
earphones on,
ears on.
that
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
means it's a joke.
yeah,
You're telling me that Deaf Noodles is still alive?
yeah.
I thought
Well, he didn't
I thought
join
he
the
had like a mental
41.
breakdown.
Well, he
Well, yeah,
did.
he did, but that doesn't mean just because they have a little bit of downtime, Reese, doesn't
Well,
mean that they
well,
86. Come on.
well, I mean, it was a little bit. I'm not going to comment on that. Actually, I'll probably get cancelled before I even fucking start.
Hey, come
I'm
on in. The water's fine.
yeah. I've already been cancelled for using Jeffree Star makeup, so I'm already one
Oh
step toe
God.
in.
Yeah. But
But
so there.
yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I like Keemstar and Dennis working together.
Yeah.
Is that really
Yeah.
going to
Well,
go well?
I always heard that they were floating around a podcast together, and then he had that
Yeah.
breakdown.
I I
Ah,
I'll say this. I think Keemstar can work with anybody as long as the other person understands that It's Keem's world, and you have to agree and do everything that Keem wants you to do. And if you don't, well, then it's going to get blowed up. I mean, that's
It's
Right.
Keem's
Like,
world and everyone's just living in it.
yeah.
exactly
Like he might want a thumbnail within 3 hours, right? He might want that.
from somebody that doesn't do thumbnails,
Yeah.
So, or takes 19 hours to edit a video. So, shit like that. I don't know. But
You see, the goal here, Reese, is to get people as much trouble as we can.
1000%.
Well, let's fucking go.
And let's just
14-page document coming when?
someone do a Google Doc, would you please? I want it to be at least 17 pages.
Yeah.
Oh, let's fucking go. I'll make one.
I mean, I'm looking at because this is the thing. His channel is still technically up right now, but it's a blank profile picture and nothing is there. I don't even think
Def Noodles page, YouTube page, or
Yeah.
This is it right here.
okay. Let me get tuned in here. Oh, okay. So it's like
I wanted to go the good boy route. That's what I meant when I said he. I was surprised he wasn't dead. Like, I thought his.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant his YouTube channel was dead. I didn't mean him literally. Just saying, don't cancel me.
Oh, we don't worry. But I always maintain that I don't backstab people until they reach at least 10,000 subs. So you got a little bit.
I've got yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So yeah, we went from back-to-back streams for Lolcow live, over 20K concurrent viewers.
40K
Yeah.
at the height at one for some of the highest stuff.
Did it actually get to 40K live viewers? I thought it just
during
got over 20.
the second
Okay.
the initial boogie cancer stuff. Yeah, like 40K concurrent
Okay.
viewers.
Okay, well, listen, I'm ecstatic for all three of those guys, Tommy, Wings, and Boogie, getting some success here and so forth.
Getting that coin.
Boogie's Boogie. I don't think I need to say anything other than Boogie is Boogie.
Boogie is Boogie.
Boogie is Boogie.
Did you see the tattoo?
I watched. Listen, so I had to run out yesterday afternoon to pick up some prescriptions because my wife had recently had eye surgery, and so I was picking up. I was at the pharmacy and I was sitting there watching it go down live on my phone while I was getting the drugs and stuff, and I was like, "Oh my Lord!" I was like, look." And now it may blow up again because of an NDA. And
Wait,
I don't.
What?
So here's what I don't understand,
Mhm.
and I'll say that from the get-go. I don't understand this. The accusation, as I understand it, is being levied against saying that Tommy was like divulging information, like dollar amounts and payments and what have you.
When
That
Keem
this-
just like shows screenshots of like how much money each stream is making, and then it's like, oh,
What-
all you have to do is
and-
just follow the money,
Yeah.
right? Add up the total amount, and then bam,
Sure.
you got everyone's cut.
And not only that, Nerdy, but he also, when he had his little I Quit stream where he was so mad at Boogie and what have you, he divulged that, what was it, like $10,000 was like the most recent, thing. And I don't know, man.
Well, if okay, so like each stream has been averaging since the cancer stuff.
Yeah.
Each stream has been earning revenue roughly of 2 to 3K. Now, you add up all the available information that you have, right? And then you just divide it amongst the four. Bam, you have everyone's payout except for the editor, because the editor has like a fixed amount. The editor gets paid a fixed 2K a month.
Okay, so here's something I don't know. Did they keep the editor since they decided they weren't going to do edited? I mean, like recorded podcast anymore. It was going to be strictly live.
I mean, as far as I know, they still have an editor for like shorts. As far as I know.
Well, I know they cut out segments of the like live, and because sometimes these lives will go a couple hours or whatever, and they'll cut it up into a little bit shorter segment, like a lot of live streamers do. So I'm not throwing shade there or anything. So maybe the person's doing that. I don't know. Um, I boy, uh,
Yeah, because
I mean, damn, if all
I,
they've got to do is just.
I'm looking at their look. They show it right there, $2,000.
so here's my question, right? What is their, because you got put up there, Nerdy? What is their bottom line subscription to the Lolcow? What is the bottom
Like
line
membership wise? Let me go to their channel to double check. I think it's a standard like $5 thing.
Yeah, there's $5, I think around like $7 or $8, and then there's like a fucking $79 one.
Well,
Yeah,
I thought, okay, I know for the longest time they just had one, and it was like I think. Don't quote me on this, and don't come at me, but I thought it was like $10, and I was like, I am paying no $10.
So there are different tiers. Here's Peasant, which is the $4.99 tier. Cash Cow, which is the $9.99 tier. Then Pay Pig, which is a $99.99 tier.
I'm sure it was less a couple days ago.
No,
I'm sure.
No. Oh, and you might be right, Reese. I don't want to sit there and vehemently say no, you're wrong.
I don't know. I'm sure it was like the Pay Pig one. That one. Like I'm sure that was around like 70 or 80.
I know
they might have increased the price.
They started off. I know they started off with just one tier, and I want to think it was like $10 a month, and then they added in. I know they added in a lower one, and then sometime they because they said in one of the live streams or that people were griping about wanting a higher tier and more perks or whatever in their Discord, and so they added the what they call was it called Pay Pig one, which is like $100.
Yeah.
Which
is ridiculous, guys. And if you really want to support a channel, you should join the 99-cent tier, super nerd membership.
100%.
Do you know what? I might have been looking at it in pounds, not dollars.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Exactly. Funny money exchange rate.
So the other thing was
out on the Brits.
And I'll say this: he might have misspoke, but I'm almost positive in the stream last night where Boogie was getting his ink that he said they had like, I can't remember how many subscribers he said. I want to think it was like 10,000 subscribers or like channel members.
10,000 members?
Yeah.
Wow.
But he could have been talking about, well, they had 10,000 viewers and said subscribers.
Well, they also
I'll
have
put that out. Yeah.
They have gifted memberships enabled, so that could have been the cause of a lot of it.
Sure, and I know there's been a lot of gifted memberships, but so I know from my own analytics and what I get on my back end of my channel, right? It says that on the CPM, like, and I guarantee I'm at the bottom tier. I know they have different rates of CPM, but like for mine, it's like for every 1,000 views, it's like $8, right? It's a little under $8. It's like $7 and some change or something for 1,000 views on a video. So, and these things are getting. Let me just pull up like what some of these latest ones.
Well, the latest streams are gotten like hundreds of thousand views, better than a lot of their other like their like actual like edited episodes have gotten. Like if we look at the very first Boogie Cancer stream, that had 182,000 views. The other confronting streamed 226,000 views, 328,000 views, 325,000. These recent streams have been getting a lot of money for them, and they've been taking advantage of it.
Let's see. Let me just, because I can't do that. So we'll say, just for argument's sake, we'll say $7 per 1,000.
Well, these streams are also probably being hit with like the limited ads tag, because especially like the more unhinged streams. These streams are probably getting yellow dollar signed, but then again, that doesn't matter because they're making most of their money from the streams.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, it
Sure,
doesn't really
and
matter
the
how much AdSense
donations,
they
you
get
know,
in.
and like some of these, like I see donations for this channel when they live stream, they, you know, $2, $10, $20, $50, $100 donations and stuff. I mean, it's pretty lucrative, and again, I'm tickled to death for them, you know.
But it should
like
be
you said,
my
Nerdy,
money. It should be my money.
It's not it is not that hard for people to sit down and get a ballpark estimate of what you know they are making, you know, per month. And
well, especially when you screenshot like your stream analytics.
Yeah,
People
sure.
like, oh, this stream made 2K, this one made 2.7, this one made 3K. Oh, it's pretty easy to add it up to that point.
Oh, sure. But even if they're getting limited ads or whatever, and here's the other thing though too, right? If a person subscribes and has the YouTube Premium or whatever it is, the limited ad thing doesn't matter. They still get 100% ad, you know, like ad revenue from that, from the YouTube Premium viewers.
No, and Keem was very forward with the fact that one of the first Boogie Cancer streams made $10,000, and each other stream beyond that has made like around 2K, almost 3K per stream since then.
Yeah.
So
that's at least.
Yeah. I mean, granted, this is all without the 30% that YouTube takes, right? But still, I mean, it's pretty easy for people to estimate how much each Lolcow is making. I know me, Go Shark, and some other people were in chat. We were in call watching one of the streams live, and we estimated then and there how much each person was going to make.
Yeah.
And then we were speculating that Wings and Tommy were going to get more because Keem technically left and Boogie was leaving.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But see, and of course, Tommy's been on vacation this week, and prior to that, I've caught. I'm not going to say I've caught every one of Tommy's streams, but I've caught the majority of them. And I don't remember him discussing any type of monies, you know. But in the Twitter back and forth, was it? Anyway, Keem lays it at Tommy's feet, saying that Nick told him. So, but then Nick says no. He goes, I don't think Tommy's one told me. He shows a clip where Keem is ranting and raving and talking about, the $10,000, for the air flight and stuff, for and Boogie and his girl didn't even fly. They drove from, from where, where they live. And so,
here it is right here.
Since
go back there.
Since when is a fucking flight for two fat fucks for wherever the fuck you live to here $10,000? $10,000. Did you rent the whole front of the fucking plane? What are you talking about? What are you talking? 10,000, more like 20,000. You know what I mean? There's no money for an entire month because you guys took a travel trip up. Are you fucking insane? Are you fucking insane? Do you know how fucking insane that is? Just the lies just never stop with this fucker. Just never stop. Coffee's like, well, Boogie told me he's going to lose his house. I'm like, no, Coffee.
Yeah, if anyone's been violating this supposed like NDA that Keem wants to create, it's been him and Boogie mostly. Him and Boogie.
I kind of tend to agree with that, and so I don't know, like I say. And then what was there? There was a one of the oh yeah, the Lolcow official Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the tweet they put out? They're going to file a lawsuit
No, yeah.
against DSP. They're going to sue DSP for
Oh,
slander.
God.
Yeah, so we
Or
are
not
considering
slander,
filing a
defamation
lawsuit.
or whatever.
We are considering filing a lawsuit against DSP for his claims that Lolcow Live is scripted and staged. These are false slanderous statements meant to damage the show. It's okay to think it's scripted. Everyone has a right to that opinion. But when you publicly state the show is 100% scripted, as DSP did, that is defamation 101.
Yeah.
You're
No,
not
no.
and Tom's reply to this, you're not considering that, lol.
Yeah.
I think
Bruh.
well, I'm more cynical. I think this is meant to be like a rage bait sort of tweet.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
Possibly. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. It just amazes me
Mm-hmm.
how, for example, Lolcow is probably having, no, not probably, 100% is having its best turnout, viewership, money coming, whatever you want to call it, since the thing started, right? And Keem starts Keeming. That's the only way I can say it. Keem just starts being Keem, and just
Well,
yeah.
Matt
So
Matt had a pretty decent take about this whole thing. Let me see if I can find it right here. I read it earlier in the stream, but I'll read it again. This dude is so insufferable. He just had one of his biggest streams on his channel, and he's complaining and moaning because a co-host doesn't want to sign an NDA. Having hesitation towards signing anything when it has to do with Keemstar is a given, and he can't understand that. So he complains and moans like a petulant child when he doesn't get his way, lol. Lolcow was supposed to be a funny side project where there was zero expectations, but Keem completely took over and again has become a maniac. A menace. F his NDA, lol.
Yeah, see, and that was another thing I never really, I guess, fully understood either, because Keem has repeatedly said how he's stepping back, he's not going to be out in the camera, he was never supposed to be in front of the camera, da 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 da, which that was my understanding as well. And
well, like it kind of makes sense because like you need to have like a wrangler for Wings and Boogie. That's why Tommy's there.
yeah.
So, but like
He
during the
just
initial,
wants to stay out the spotlight.
well, during the initial streams, Tommy wasn't able to make it, and but at that point when they officially started doing the live streams, people like Nick, Muda, Tom had walked away from the project. So in that sense, it does make sense for Keem to take over that role as like the wrangler. But then you started getting it to where you had like 30-minute intros where it's just Keemstar talking.
Yeah.
You had points where it's just Keemstar talking on stream when it's supposed to be the Lolcow podcast, and the stream is featuring just Keemstar.
Yeah. And see, of course, Tommy's in Germany. Wings is on the East Coast, which is Eastern Standard Time. Boogie's in Central Standard Time, because he's right here, lives, fairly close to me. So you've got 3 different time zones that you're dealing with there. But I think if they did their stream at, say, because normally when Tommy does a stream, it's like 3 o'clock Eastern Standard or something like that, or sometimes it's 4 o'clock Eastern Standard. I think if they did that, maybe once or twice a week, and Tommy could do that instead of
they propose making the Sunday shows just a live stream, which I think they should do.
Sure.
Because Sunday is the day that they record.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they just have like a decent topic or a decent guest lined up for the show, I think that would be good.
Well, you know, I don't. I guessed every once in a while I think would be fine. I think most people honestly tune in to see Boogie, Wings, and Tommy,
Mhm.
right? To see, and like you said, have a topic. Let them these guys give their takes on it. You know, are they good sound takes? Are they hot takes? I mean,
Are
is it
they
a boogie?
retards?
Is it a boogie take? You know, that kind-
Boogie will often give the take that like he thinks the most general public will agree on, or what he thinks the fan base will agree on, right? Wings is a bit more honest in his take, where he's like he just
Yeah.
generally doesn't know. More
Yeah.
often than not, he does not know what's going on in the topic, so he'll initially be against. he'll be
Sure.
advantageous towards Tommy at first, and Tommy, being the drama guy, will kind of know what's going on sometimes.
Yeah, he'll poke a bit.
Yeah. It's kind of as this whole process has been kind of interesting to me because of course I knew Tommy and I knew Boogie from watching his content. I didn't know Jack Dilly squat about Wings, not really, other than a few little old meme video clips and stuff that that you'd see pop up on Twitter here and there or whatever. But in the time frame that this has been, whatever, I actually have come to kind of have some respect for Wings more times than not, other than that little segment there where he was really being kind of a I don't know what you call baby, whatever, about wanting a lot of moderations and people being banned, and just that whole thing was kind of, I think, got a little bit,
Well, I
bit
think
extreme.
also too, I think part because like obviously people are there to laugh at the Lolcows, see their take on current stuff, but also too, Lolcows are ticking time bombs. Okay, we had to, we had a little bit with Boogie with the initial couple of episodes, right, and then
Yeah.
he laid in dormant, and then we had some spots here and there with Wings threatening to quit the show and everything, right?
Yeah.
But this is the thing with that stuff is you're going to have moments where it's like, oh my god, these guys are like super reasonable. Why are they
Yeah.
lolcows, right? Well,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
so Wings. You get why Boogie's a lolcow.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Wings, other than maybe Tommy, but I don't. Tommy just kind of gets a loud personality, from time to time.
Mhm.
I don't know if that necessarily qualifies him as a lolcow.
No,
or
no,
not.
he's very much not a lolcow. He's just
No, I
the
don't think
wrangler.
Yeah. But I just have had a hard time seeing Wings kind of as a lolcow. I'll be honest. Maybe he just hasn't had his moment in the sun, as they
This
say
point,
yet.
I see Keemstar more as a Lolcow than Wings at this moment in time.
I kind of agree with you on that, Reese. I mean, when I see these things, like when he fires up a stream and he just goes completely ham for an hour, just ranting and raving and hollering about, the money and everything. And then, a few days later, he goes ham again because Tommy says, I'm not signing an NDA.
Right,
Exactly.